there, everybody. It's Ellen Weatherford. What you got in your mouth over there, Christian?
A cinnamon mint.
Okay.
And Christian Weatherford.
And this is just the Zoo of Us, your favorite animal review podcast, where we rate your favorite animals out of 10 in the categories of effectiveness, ingenuity, and aesthetics.
We are not zoological experts, but we try our best to bring the best and most interesting information that we can.
And we are apparently cinnamon fresh.
One of us is.
Apparently. Can you smell it through the audio, listener? Can you smell the cinnamon fresh Altoid? That's part of the premium podcast experience. Actually, it's in the bonus the bonus feed. If you pay for a Max Fund membership, and you can smell the cinnamon fresh Altoid breath.
Mm-hmm. I've never been more aware how many times a mint clacks against my teeth than right now.
You know who is a huge fan of the cinnamon Altoid mints?
Who?
Is our cat.
Hates them.
We have a fun activity, a fun enrichment activity for our cat, where Christian picks up the Altoids tin and shakes it around, and the cat gets very interested and curious about it. And so Christian holds the Altoids tin up to the cat and then opens it, and the cat just sniffs up a huge whiff of Altoid air, and he makes the most visibly disgusted expression I've ever seen a cat make.
Probably the most extreme one he is anatomically capable of.
Yeah, he does airplane ears. He like squints. He looks at us like we just tried to poison him. Like we just made an attempt on one of his 9 lives. Yeah. And yet, he keeps coming back for more. I'm very excited to have a brand new animal to talk about.
What animal would that be?
This week, I'll be talking about the Kinkajou.
Now, remember this. Is it a bird?
Is it a bird? Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, I'm guessing.
We're so much farther. The baseline of knowledge on this animal is so much farther away than I thought it was.
You know what I'm thinking of?
What?
The Dungeons and Dragons Kinkajou or something
like that. Oh, a Kinkajou. Yeah, they're like little crow guys.
I feel like I'm misremembering that word. One sec.
Sorry, the professional DM of the podcast has to consult his tomes.
Kenku.
Yeah, they're little crow guys, right? Yeah, this is not that at all.
Okay.
This has nothing to do with that.
Hit me with it.
So the scientific name is Potos flavus, not POTUS. Potus.
Yeah, right.
POTOS. Although I would vote for them if they were running.
Okay.
POT.
Yes.
US stands for President of the United States.
Yes.
I don't know how common of an acronym that is known outside of the United States. We have a lot of listeners outside of the United States. So.
True that.
These animals were requested by Ren Wallenbeck. Thank you, Ren. And I'm getting my information from the San Diego Zoo's website, as well as a return to our old favorite Animal Diversity Web. She's back on Animal Diversity Web. They did a big refresh recently, it looked like. I pulled up their website, and the website looked totally different. It looked like they did like a big UI overhaul pretty recently.
Ooh.
Yeah, she's looking great. She got a glow up.
Nice.
Yeah. Animal Diversity Web, you're looking wonderful. Aging gracefully, I should say. Now, if you, like Christian, have never heard of these animals before and know apparently literally nothing about them, they are a real patchwork of an animal. First of all, they're about 2 feet long with an additional 2 feet of tail. This might give you some hints as to what type of animal it is.
Oh, you're purposely withholding.
I'm seeing how far I can get before you sort of like piece some stuff together. They're found in tropical rainforests in Central and South America.
Is this the coffee thing?
Ooh, no, but I know exactly what you're talking about. You are thinking of civets, I'm pretty sure. I think civet coffee is...
Yeah.
Or Kopi Luwak is what it's called. It's a type of coffee that is made from the poop of the Asian palm civet. So those are civets that you're thinking of, but kinkajous have very similar energy. I am going to show you a photograph of a kinkajou right now.
Oh.
It's just a little dude, a little guy.
Is it a lemur?
That's a great question. They look like, when you just look at them visibly, they are a real sort of patchwork animal.
Okay.
They have so many features that I usually see on other animals.
Right.
They look like just kind of a brown mammal. They have a face kind of like a cat. They have the wide set round ears of a bear.
Mm-hmm.
They have the long skinny fingers and the tail of a monkey and a 5-inch long tongue like an anteater.
Whoa.
So it's like all of these traits together. It's like I know what all these words mean, but not in a sentence like this. It's like just a real hodgepodge of traits. So having looked at this little guy, your guess is primate? You're going primate for the kinkajou?
Yes.
That is a good guess. A lot of people do think that they are a type of lemur. They are actually in the family Procyonidae. Do you remember this family at all?
No, not by the name at least.
They are the raccoon family.
Really?
Yes. So kinkajous are related to raccoons and coatis, both alumni of this podcast. We've done episodes on. Now, I want to go on an etymology tangent.
Mm-hmm.
This is pretty far off topic. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Okay.
For people who are real sticklers who are like, no, only talk about the animal, you're not going to like this tangent. But I promise it's at least a little, I can tie it in. So the name kinkajou is derived from an Algonquian word. Mm-hmm. Now, Algonquian languages are indigenous languages from the northeastern U.S. and Canada.
Oh,
now,
right.
Northeastern U.S. and Canada.
Okay.
No overlap whatsoever with where kinkajous are found.
Right.
And also the word was derived from their word for wolverines. Not even similar to kinkajous. So completely off base in every aspect this name is. So the name was applied erroneously by the French. Taking yet another L, I'm afraid.
Oh, I see.
Particularly a French naturalist by the name of, this is a long name, get ready, Georges Louis Leclerc, Comte de Buffon, who wrote this very famous, very influential encyclopedia collection called Histoire naturelle in the late 1700s. So this is where my tangent starts, because I heard this guy's name and I was like, interesting. I'm going to see what else this dude got up to in his day. And I found a very delightful story. So this guy Buffon had written that in species that were found in both, they would have used terms like old and new world, by which they mean Western Hemisphere and Eastern Hemisphere. So the ones found in what they would have called the New World, so the Americas, were smaller than the ones found in the Old World. So his assertion is basically that like species originated over in their hemisphere, and then once they made it to the Americas, he called it his theory of degeneracy.
What?
In that, like, the species, like, deteriorated and, like, shrank and basically, like, got worse over time through living in the Americas. And he kind of suggested that it was because of, like, the very swampy, humid, marshy environment that just made things, like, get smaller and worse. And so, you know who was absolutely not having this at all? Thomas Jefferson.
Oh, really?
Big hater. He's like, I don't think so. Actually, one thing we're not gonna do is we're not gonna, like, trash talk my home turf and call it the land of degeneracy, like at the biological level. So he's like, absolutely not. He's stepping to bat. He's like, I don't think so. Keep in mind, Thomas Jefferson, not a biologist. He's Thomas Jefferson. You've heard of him. That one. So he writes notes on the state of Virginia, and a significant portion of this book is dedicated to specifically refuting Buffon's theory of degeneracy. He like wrote letters to naturalists and biologists all over the country asking for data. He asked Benjamin Franklin to go hunting and like measure things. He asked for measurements and data and compiled them into his very own tables. He made his own like demographic analysis basically of species of wildlife found in America.
And you know those were in imperial measurements.
Oh, man, immediately, right off the bat. Inches only, pounds only.
Which I don't know if France was doing something similar at the time, but...
And then when Thomas Jefferson and Buffon meet in Paris, they meet at Buffon's house to have dinner in Paris. And Thomas Jefferson claims that he drops this banger in conversation. He says, "The reindeer could walk under the belly of our moose." Which they have moose in Europe also.
Sure.
They call them elk there. We also have a different species of deer that we call elk that are much smaller.
Sure.
But his point is basically there's not a deer in the world that could step to our moose. Like, our moose is unparalleled. Our moose is peak moose. You're not going to get bigger than our moose. And Buffon basically says, bet. He wants evidence of a giant moose from America, which begins Thomas Jefferson's years-long hyperfixation on sending a giant moose to France. For the next, few years, he sends just, obsessive, desperate letters begging everyone he can get into contact with, please, can you please help me send a giant moose to France? I need a giant moose sent to France. So I found this excerpt from a book called Mr. Jefferson and the Giant Moose, Natural History in Early America by Lee Allen du Gatkin. This is the excerpt. He says, Jefferson went to extraordinary lengths to obtain this giant moose, both while he was being chased from Monticello by the British in the early 1780s, and then later when he was in France drumming up support and money for the revolutionary cause in the mid to late 1780s. Jefferson spent an inordinate amount of time imploring his friends to send him a stuffed, very large moose. In the midst of correspondences with James Monroe, George Washington, John Adams, and Benjamin Franklin over urgent matters of state, Jefferson found the time to repeatedly write his colleagues, particularly those who liked to hunt, all but begging them to send him a moose that he could use to counter Buffon's ideas on degeneracy.
Wow.
And you know what? This is when the side quest is more interesting to you than the main quest. You're like, listen, I get that there's a war going on. I get that we have a lot on our plate right now. If you could help me get my hands on a moose, though.
I do have beef to settle with this Frenchman.
With this random French man. I do have words for this French guy. So if you could help me settle this beef real quick.
Now, was he looking for a moose from what would be the United States at the time? Or was he just looking for
an American
anywhere
moose in
North America?
I think it could be anywhere from North America. Okay. I think he was letting Canada in on this.
Yeah.
It was really just a matter of hemispheric pride, I guess.
Sure.
That it was just extremely important to him that he proved this man wrong about moose. But it kind of became emblematic of we're not going to let Europe talk down about us. They're all being that this idea of degeneracy was so symbolic of European attitudes towards the American, not just geographically, but culturally and stuff, that he really wanted to prove them all wrong and be no, look, see, some of our animals are actually way bigger and cooler than yours.
Yeah. And
he did it. He eventually got his hands on an American moose specimen, not all in one taxidermied piece. It was kind of a skeleton with some skin and antlers. And yeah, Jefferson did eventually get his giant moose sent to Buffon, and Buffon sent a letter back saying that he basically I apologize, I wasn't familiar with your game, and did say that he would set the record straight in the next volume of his encyclopedia series, and then immediately died. So he took that L to the grave. It was an L so catastrophic that it killed him.
Dang.
Imagine proving someone so wrong that they die.
Now, if only they could keep that energy up for conservation. I
know, right? Because all of this ultimately went basically nowhere. Basically had very little effect. It was just a very funny story.
Yeah.
The idea of Thomas Jefferson in the midst of the Revolutionary War dedicating so much of his sort of mental bandwidth to this totally one-sided beef So I thought you would like that story. I'm sorry for how minimally it is related to the Kinkajou, but it is. I came across the story. I couldn't not share it.
I've actually forgotten. What was the direct link?
So the same French guy was the guy who incorrectly attributed the name. I don't think he was the first one to call them the Kinkajou, but he certainly wrote it down. Mm-hmm. And I think that's guilt by association.
Okay.
Anyway, whew, that was a long tangent, but it was funny, so it was worth it. There's no way you're eating another Altoid right now.
I didn't get enough sleep last night.
This is the Capri Sun all over again.
Oh, wait, we might actually still have some.
I wish I hadn't reminded you of that. So this is anyone's first time listening to this podcast. We rate animals out of 10 in different categories. The first one is effectiveness. These are physical adaptations that let an animal do a good job of the things it's trying to do. I'm giving the Kinkajou a 9 out of 10.
Wow.
And mostly for their physical adaptations to living in the trees. Okay. They are an arboreal species. They spend the vast majority of their time up very, very high in tree canopies, and it shows. You can definitely tell. They are so perfectly made for it. First of all, one of the most sort of noticeable things about them is their tail. Their tail is massive. It's like half the entire length of their body, and it is prehensile. Okay. So they have full control and articulation of their tail, and they can wrap it around branches. You seen animals do this before? Mm-hmm. It's pretty cute, isn't it?
It is. So it's usually as a stabilizer, right?
Yeah, it is kind of like people call it like a fifth arm. Yeah. Like it just acts as another anchoring point to help them support themselves on a branch or something. But they're also very strong. They can actually support their entire body weight with their tail.
So they can like hang from it?
They can hang their whole body from their tail, which is something you don't see that many arboreal animals do.
It depicted in media a lot, but I don't think there are actually very many that can do that.
Right. Like usually opossums in cartoons will be like hanging from their tail, and they can only really do that when they're babies.
I was about to say, like, just look at one. Have y'all seen one?
They're so round, you guys.
It's a teeny tail compared to the
little
rest of them.
Skinny mouse tail. But not the Kinkajou. Their tail is huge and buff. It's like ripped, like Jack's creatine tail gains. What do you think that workout routine looks like? Just targeting the tail muscle group. Like, never skip tail day, I guess. I guess all those pull-ups would do it, right?
Something.
They can even like climb up their own tail, like dangle themselves down, and then like when they need to get back up, they can climb back up it as if their tail was like another branch, which is pretty interesting. It's an infinite climb glitch, basically. I watched this clip from a BBC documentary where a kinkajou is like hanging from this horizontal vine by its tail and its back feet. But then when it like pulls itself up, it like folds its entire body forward and does this like backwards loop around the branch. The kinkajou did it so effortlessly that it was like breathing. But if a human did that, that would be like world record setting Olympic gold medal gymnastics move. Sure. Like the way it just sort of like zoop, like pulled its entire like the core strength on this thing, incredible. They're also only one of two carnivorans with prehensile tails. The other one being the binturong, which we've also talked about on this show. And when I say carnivoran, I mean, this is going to be annoying. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Taxonomically carnivoran, as in belonging to the taxonomic group Carnivora, which includes things like canines and felines and bears and weasels and stuff like that.
Okay.
Not all of them eat meat, so I don't mean carnivorous, because these actually aren't carnivorous.
Okay.
They mostly eat fruit. They also eat things like nectar. Sometimes they'll eat insects. They might eat a little vertebrate here and there, but they're not carnivorous, but they're carnivoran, which is a very annoying distinction to make. I'm sorry. In addition to having this very, very useful and adaptable tail, they also have flexible wrists that we see in other arboreal species. They can rotate their wrists up to 180 degrees, so they can spin their wrists backwards, which helps them climb down trees head first. Have you ever tried to climb down a tree head first?
No. Not on purpose.
It's because you can't rotate your ankles 180 degrees. Oh, not on purpose? Is that what you said?
Count falling out of a tree.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can climb down head first out of a tree once. Yeah, just imagine if you could just like zoop your ankles in a 360 no scope.
Sounds awful.
Well, it wouldn't be if you were a kinkajou. It's effortless for them. We also see this in other sort of like tree-dwelling animals. In Fusa. Fusa can do this also. Kinkajous also have long, very dexterous toes, all 5 of which point forward, which kind of gives them the appearance of hands. Oh. Which I think is why they resemble primates so much and why so many people think that they are a primate or like something like a lemur, because they have those like really, really long, skinny toes. But I noticed this when I was talking on social media recently about raccoons too, is that a lot of people think raccoons have thumbs, like opposable thumbs. They don't. They just have long toes.
Sure.
They look like fingers, but all of the toes like point in the same direction. It's not fully an opposable thumb.
I see.
They're good with them though. Like they have really good dexterity, like manual dexterity.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. But kinkajous have hands a lot like raccoons too. I feel like the hands are like the only way that they're similar to raccoons at all. Like that is the only thing they got from the family tree.
I wonder if the skull looks similar.
To me, the head looks kind of like a cat's or like maybe a very small dog or bear or something. It's weird. It's like the head doesn't properly look exactly like any other animal, I don't think, but they look most similar to a cat or bear to me. What's interesting is that they have the long, sharp, pointy teeth of something like a cat, or kind of like raccoons and coatis and stuff have those pointy teeth. And a lot of times people see those pointy teeth and they think carnivore.
Yeah.
But they don't really eat meat. They eat fruit and nectar and bugs and stuff like that. Also, because they have such good balance, they can walk pretty well on their hind legs, which I don't think is a thing they do a ton, but I saw some like videos on YouTube. I was looking at videos on YouTube of kinkajous. I did see some videos of them like fully up on all the way on their hind legs, walking around like a bear.
What are they doing with their front legs?
It's
when
pretty
they do
cute.
That?
It's the little I would describe it as like what a dog does with its paws when it's up on its hind legs.
Oh, okay.
You know how they're just kind of like a T-Rex arms. They're doing T-Rex arms. Okay. They're not going full, what is the one that holds the...
Gibbon.
The full gibbon, yeah.
That's what I was thinking of. I was like, I hope it's that.
They have the arms fully above the head. A full like...
Yeah.
No, that would be great. If they did that, I think we could just call them a monkey at that point. I think they would have earned the title. But they're doing a T-Rex arm situation. It's pretty cute. Now, I mentioned earlier they have a really long tongue like an anteater. They can use this tongue to eat insects as well as slurping nectar out of flowers. So they can zoop that tongue down into the middle of a flower and get the nectar out. So while the kinkajou is getting pretty much lost in the sauce, or getting down in there to get that nectar, their face is being coated with pollen. Mm-hmm. So then when they go to the next one and stick their face in the next one, they're basically, bringing pollen from one flower to another. So kinkajous actually end up being pretty important pollinators in the rainforest that they live in, which it's pretty unusual for mammals outside of bats. Bats are really well-known pollinators, but it's not as common for mammals to be pollinators, especially a mammal of this size. This is like a pretty large one. They're one of the only known carnivorous pollinators. But there's another interesting one that I came across when I was just checking around to see, like, are there other large mammals or other carnivorans that are pollinators? Ethiopian wolves.
Okay.
Are pollinators of a plant called the red hot poker plant, which has these really cool, tall, flamey, like looking flowers, and the wolves just lick them. There's so many pictures of them doing this. The wolves just go up to these flowers and they just lick them.
Blip.
They love it. They just go up to it and just and they're not eating the flower, right? They're not gaining anything nutritionally from this.
Maybe it tastes good.
It just tastes good. They just do it because they like it. The way that like scientists have explained this is called the dessert hypothesis. Oh. Which is, you could probably guess what it means. They're suggesting that animals eat things that they enjoy, like even when they're not receiving a nutritional benefit from it, even when it's not providing anything for them, like metabolically, it's not a part of their diet. Like they're not physiologically gaining anything from it,
right?
But they like it, so they keep eating it or ingesting it, or in this case, just licking the flowers, even though they aren't getting anything from that nutritionally.
I can relate to that.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, do we really need a hypothesis for this? Do we need a name for it? I think you could have just thought about it for a second and thought like, yeah, sometimes animals like to eat things that aren't good for them. Anyone with a cat could have told you this.
Like with salt licks. Like, I don't think the animals are aware of a need of that mineral.
Well, but salt licks are actually, like, animals do need salt.
They do, but they're not aware of it. They're just they're just doing it because they want, like, something tells them to, right? But
I think there's an explanation there that, like, they are driven by an instinct to consume a nutrient they need, right? True. The idea is that they like that thing because they nutritionally need it, and their body is sending them some signal of like, you like this thing, so you will feel pleasure when you consume it because it's good for you. So like, the idea is that you like the thing because of its nutritional value to you. But this is the dessert hypothesis is basically that sometimes animals just like things for the way that they are, and like don't necessarily they're not driven by an incentivized like instinct to like the thing. It's just good for no reason.
I would say 99% of my food likes driven in that way.
Yeah, I know. A lot of the things that we like as people, there are reasons that we like those things. So things like sugars and fats and things like that, those are parts of our nutritional needs. So it makes sense that your body likes it and your brain wants to tell you to consume more of it because that's an important part of your diet. Yeah. But if you're a carnivore, that really doesn't need sugar. It doesn't make any sense for you to be licking this flower.
The brain's just saying, hey, after you're done eating that squirrel, go lick that flower over there.
It chases so nice. It pairs wonderfully with the pollen, with the nectar of this flower as a chaser.
Has notes of small intestine.
Can you imagine the charcuterie? A nightmare charcuterie. Now, in this case, it does seem like the kinkajou, because they do also eat fruit, they probably are getting some nutritional like benefit from the nectar, like the fact that they do seem to consume a lot of sugar. Maybe it's like the sugar content of the nectar. Either way, it's helpful for the ecosystem because they are like pollinating the flowers while they're doing it. Yeah. So it's great for everybody. Benefits everyone. They're in it purely for the love of the game. They're just, it's a passion project for them. You know what our cat's dessert hypothesis is?
What?
Mayonnaise.
Yeah. Well, no.
You think he's getting anything nutritionally from mayonnaise?
I mean, it's got fats.
Certainly not in the quantities he's attempting to ingest it in.
I mean, I give him gruff about it, but when he does go for it, it's just a couple licks.
Not if you leave more than a couple licks out. I think if left to his own devices, he would get his head stuck in the mayonnaise jar from trying. I think he would go Winnie the Pooh style on a jar of mayonnaise. I think he would get in hijinks for a jar of mayonnaise.
I would be so mad, but also laughing about it.
I think he would eat mayonnaise to his own detriment. He would eat it until he pukes.
Into the jar still.
And then, round two.
He's what she's also known for.
Our cat's so weird and nasty. What a gross little goblin. Let's take a quick break to hear from our friends on the Max Fun Network, and then we'll get into ingenuity, aesthetics, and other stuff for kinkajous.
Hello, this is Alden Ford.
And Mujan Zulfagari.
Two of the creators of Mission to Zix, your favorite improvised, obsessively sound-designed sci-fi sitcom here on the Max Fun Network. And the news is...
We're back! With an all-new miniseries set in the Zix universe, The Young Old Durf Chronicles.
Yeah.
Will Durf find his own killer before it's too late?
Ooh.
To find out how that question could possibly make sense, well, you just have to tune in.
Yeah, we're so excited that episode 1 is out right now in the Mission to Zix feed. So if you are looking for a little break from your own galaxy, we would love for you to check it out.
That's The Young Old Durf Chronicles. Search Mission to Zix, ZYXX, in your podcast app.
Or on MaximumFun.org.
Keep it fresh.
Hello, Internet. I'm your husband host, Travis McElroy.
And I'm your wife host, Teresa McElroy.
And this is a promo for Schmanners.
It's extraordinary etiquette.
For ordinary occasions. Every week, we're going to tell you about a bit of culture, a bit of history, how etiquette still applies in the modern day, all that stuff.
We also love to do biographies and histories of and, general procedurals, how to do etiquette in today's society.
So, come check it out every Friday on MaximumFun.org or wherever you find your podcasts.
Manners Schmanners. Get it?
Surely you can't
I'm sorry.
reaching for Altoid number 3.
I'm so tired. I'm
You're
sorry.
doing this to mess with me at this point.
No.
I'm going to have to edit out all the little clicks and smacks. And...
This will bring new appreciation to my soft-spokenness.
That's true. Like, oh, thank God you're so quiet so I don't have to hear all those Altoid clicks. Hard candy, famously great for podcasting. The next category that we rate animals on is ingenuity. This is behaviors, things that they're doing with their body to solve problems that they face and navigate their world. I'm giving the Kinkajou a 6 out of 10. Although I must say, not a lot known about their behavior in the wild. They are pretty secretive. They're nocturnal, so they're really only out at nighttime when it's dark and humans are in bed. They also live very high up in rainforest canopies, pretty far from humans. They don't tend to live close to human-like activity, so it's kind of difficult to study kinkajous in the wild. So there's not a ton known about their behavior. They're mostly solitary, but they do sometimes either rest or forage together in small groups. So they're not like extremely hostile towards each other, but they can be territorial towards each other sometimes. They do raid beehives for honey.
Oh.
They are going full Pooh Bear. It is actually a Pooh Bear situation, earning them the nickname Honey Bear. So you will sometimes see them called a honey bear.
Good thing they're the only ones that go by that kind of name.
Yeah, good thing. Nothing else is called honey badger, honey whatever bear. I don't know. They're neither honey nor a bear. Now, Animal Diversity Web says the most common call is explained as a 2-part snortweedle. Now, that's a Pokemon.
Yeah.
Weedle is a Pokemon. I've never in my entire life seen the word Weedle used to mean anything other than a Pokemon.
Right.
So I don't know if they were on one that day or something. I don't know why they're calling this a Snortweedle. Y'all made that up. That's not a real word. Maybe it sounds like Weedle. I don't know. I don't see how it possibly could. I saw a lot of people, especially people who live and work in close proximity with kinkajous in captivity, claiming that kinkajous are smart enough to open doors, solve puzzles, things like that, especially like little foraging puzzles that you can give animals as enrichment. Now, I was trying to find proof of kinkajous doing some of these cool, like clever little tricks and stuff that people have claimed. In the videos I could find of kinkajous doing things like opening doors, the kinkajou was just standing on a door handle. And it was one of those lever-style door handles that, like, you just lower it and the door opens.
Okay.
And it seemed like the kinkajou was just weighing down the door handle enough to tilt it. Because the kinkajou was not even looking at the door. It was looking somewhere else completely. And then the door swings open and the kinkajou goes through it.
See, as far as that kinkajou was concerned, it found a secret passageway.
A portal, it might as well have been. This seems like a technicality to me. You know
I think
what I mean?
so.
Like, I don't know if we can give them credit for figuring that one out. Which kind of feels like how I solve a lot of puzzles in video games, just by like occasionally stumbling into the correct answer by accident and then being like, I did it. It's like me solving the shrines in Breath of the Wild for like a full hour of trying 100 different things, and suddenly the shrine just like opens and I'm like, oh, I did it. So I don't know. I mean, I saw a lot of discussion claiming that they were like incredibly intelligent, but like I didn't see a lot to back that up. It was just a lot of people saying they were really smart and then not really giving any follow-up on that.
Well,
so I don't know if I could give them a ton of ingenuity points.
Makes sense.
So a 6 out of 10 feels generous. And finally, aesthetics, the last category we rate animals on just how nice the animal is to look at. I'm giving them a 9 out of 10. They're so cute. They're really adorable. What did you think of the picture I showed you?
It's cute.
What do you think? Look him in the face.
Wait a minute.
Look him in the eyes.
Enhance. My pattern recognition does not want to believe that this is not a lemur of some kind.
Right? Yeah. It does kind of like, I guess because it's our like, it's human brain trying desperately to like categorize something and having a really, it's like returning a system error when trying to categorize.
Yeah.
It's like, this checks too many boxes. Somehow both too many and not enough. Yeah, it really kind of creates that weird like dissonance in your brain when you're like, what am I even looking at?
Mm-hmm.
What type of dude is this? They also, the sort of droopy side set ears are really doing a lot for me because they remind me of Dumbo rats.
Oh,
Which is a breed of rat that has big droopy ears like off to the side. They're so cute. So yeah, they're really adorable. I like them very much. The IUCN lists them as least concern, so not currently of note, I guess, conservation-wise. But deforestation is kind of their primary conservation concern because they rely on healthy rainforests with a wide variety of fruits and flowers and insects and things. So as you can imagine, something like a monoculture, right? Where like a large swath of forest will be converted to all being like one type of plant, right? Like you see this with like palm oil. Large forest will be converted just to palm trees for palm oil. So monocultures are not great for them. Deforestation is very harmful for them. The IUCN also does list capture for the pet trade.
Really?
And hunting for meat and fur as threats, which is why I wanted to kind of dedicate some time at the end here to talking about how I find it almost kind of like definitely disappointing, verging on sad, that when I was trying to look up information about kinkajous, the first and the majority of educational resources that came up when I was just like Googling them are on keeping them as pets.
Oh.
It's articles about how to care for a kinkajou. Is it legal for you to own a kinkajou?
Right.
Like, here's how you can take care of a kinkajou. Keep a kinkajou as a pet. Like, that was most of the things that came up when I looked it up, which was frustrating for me because I was like, this isn't what I want. I want information on them in the wild. And then I was thinking about it and I was like, I would be very disappointed if someone who just like learned about them and wanted to learn more about them Googled them and then was like, oh, I guess people keep them as pets, and then got that idea about them just from like looking up more about them and finding out, oh, they're commonly, I wouldn't say common. I certainly have never come across anyone that I knew personally that had a kinkajou as a pet.
Right.
I don't think kinkajous should be kept as pets. We've talked about a lot of wildlife on this show in the past who are kept as pets that shouldn't be.
Yeah.
It's something we talk about a lot, and I want to talk about a few reasons. Only a few. This is not an all-encompassing list, but just a few reasons kinkajous should not be kept as pets. What are your first thoughts?
Pee and poop.
Pee and poop's a big one. They do mark their territory, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And they cannot
probably
be
on the go.
on the go. Oh, they especially like to do it from as high up as they can possibly get.
Yeah, sugar.
So they
glider
like
behavior.
to the what?
Sugar glider behavior.
Yeah. Well, sugar gliders will do it while flying.
Yeah,
which
I'm
is
sure these would too if they flew.
That's the only thing holding them back. Yeah. So they do like to climb up really, really high and then pee and poop. They will, I think, usually poop. They'll have like a certain spot that they like to poop.
Yeah.
But they do like mark their territory with pee. You can't make them stop. That's just how it's going to be. You're just going to have pee everywhere.
Also, enrichment. Probably don't have, 20, 30 foot climbing spaces in your house for them.
Yeah, they need a ton of like vertical climbing space. Yeah. It's not just like you can put them in like a ferret cage or something like that. They need a lot of space and they need a lot of climbing structures. Mm-hmm. They also need a lot of nesting space, like little cavities and areas where they can hide to feel safe and secure, because when they're like just exposed to the light, they feel really anxious and stressed. They also, what a lot of people don't think about is that they have very, very sharp claws that do not retract.
Oh, yeah.
Claws are out all the time. They cannot put their claws away. So that means for people who like to be very hands-on and cuddly with their pets, and especially maybe they think, oh, this is an arboreal creature. I want one that's going to like climb on me and sit on my shoulder. Stuff like that, like what people think like a monkey is going to do.
Right.
Just keep in mind that every time they're doing that, you're being gouged. just keep in mind that like when you see a picture or a video on social media of somebody with like a kinkajou sort of like climbing on them, sitting on their shoulder, keep in mind that entire time they're being scratched and peed on. It is not a comfortable and glamorous experience. It probably looks cute in pictures and videos, but it is a sensory nightmare. You are just being harmed in many ways at the same time.
Right.
They also, like I mentioned earlier, they have those really, really sharp teeth. They will bite you.
Sure.
Guaranteed. It's not like they can, like, if it has a mouth, it could bite you. You never know. You do know. It will bite you. It's like how they play with each other. It's like a play behavior that they bite, but when they bite, they don't do like how our cat bites us when we're like bothering him on purpose. Mm-hmm. And he gives us those little gentle bites where he just kind of puts his teeth on us, but doesn't really chomp down. It's just like a little, hey, cut that out, sort of like, you know how he does it? It's not like that. The kinkajous will sink their teeth in. They're going for the full draw blood bite. So they will bite you very hard. It will hurt. They may not even let go. Like you may have to kind of like pry them off.
Gotta bite them back.
Bite him back. Teach him a lesson. Show him who's boss. I don't think that even works for dogs. But you know what? Then you're going to get a mouthful of that kinkajou fluff. Can't smell good.
So I know what would make this better. Getting my face closer to them.
That'll improve the situation. Another thing people don't think about is the fact that they're nocturnal. So the times when you want to be like playing with them and petting them and like engaging with them and interacting with them, they are asleep. And the times that you want to be asleep, they are very high energy. So they are climbing, jumping, chattering, chirping, making their little sounds. They are very noisy and active. So like nobody's getting a good night's sleep here. No one's at their best. Like everyone's going to be sleepy and overstimulated and annoyed.
Average upstairs neighbor.
They're giving upstairs neighbor a little bit. They're strictly active playing the drum set only from the hours of 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. So yeah, just like you're going to have weirdly not overlapping activity schedules. You're going to be keeping them up. They're going to be keeping you up. Nobody's going to be having a good time. As with any exotic animal, finding veterinary care is, I promise, it is harder and more expensive than you think it is.
I have no idea. I'm sorry.
You show up with a kinkajou, they look in the kennel, they're like, what is this animal? I don't know what this is.
Are you Full Metal Alchemist?
Why'd you bring me a chimera? What is this? Put this back in hell where you found it. So you have to find a veterinarian who is not only willing to work with like exotic wildlife, but knows what a kinkajou is and how to take care of them.
In the limited time I had a snake, even that was hard.
It's difficult. People do not realize how difficult it is to find like exotic wildlife veterinary care. It's not going to be cheap. And it's going to be a huge pain. That was probably the biggest pain point when I worked at a pet store, and we would all the time have people come in with exotic wild animals that they bought impulsively as a pet. And then the only reason that we ever saw them come through was because they were trying to get rid of them. They were asking us, like, where can I go to bring this, whatever it was, like a sugar glider or a fox or whatever it was that they got. Every time it was, I need to rehome it because I cannot find a vet to take care of it, or because like taking it to the vet costs like $5,000 million.
Sure. People
don't think about that, I think, a lot of times when they're thinking about getting an exotic pet. But even if cared for properly, if you're doing everything right, a kinkajou can live for up to 40 years. So this is like, you're committing to basically having like a toddler with 10 needles for 40 years. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a nightmare. Then I promise that novelty is going to wear off.
Yeah.
Like that's going to get old so quick. This is from an article from a website for a kinkajou sanctuary called Kinkatopia. And I'm going to read the article as written. Mm-hmm. I have to warn you that the word kinkajou is abbreviated in a certain way that I'm just going to have to beg you all to be cool about. Keep in mind, I'm talking about kinkajous.
Okay.
I'm reading this verbatim as written from the website. It's a good quote. Just brace yourself.
Okay.
Interested in a kink?
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind that what you see on social media is just a blip in ownership and typically a snapshot of the good times. All this being said, they are spectacular animals, but you need to recognize their limitations as a, quote, pet. They're amazing as babies, cute, gentle, interactive, but once you get over that 1-year hump, it is a whole different ballgame. Tell me, where are all the 10-plus-year-old kinkajous at? You'll rarely come across people who have middle-aged kinks because they've given them up. You'll rarely come across kinkas who have the same owners their entire lives. Please make a responsible decision and stop the cycle before it begins. This is something I saw a lot of working in the pet store, where once a wild animal is brought into captivity, you can't just put them back, right? It's going to need to be in captivity for the rest of its life. It's probably been raised in a way where it doesn't have the skills it would need to live in the wild anymore. And then it just perpetually gets bounced around between owners, where it gets, sent to this rescue, and then that person can't take care of them anymore. So they get sent to another sanctuary. Like, when people buy exotic pets that they're not prepared for, that just means that this animal is going to spend the rest of its life probably changing owners every 3 or 4 years, forever. And something they repeat a lot in this website is you are not going to be the exception.
Right.
You think you will be. You think you're different. You think you're built different. You think it's not going to be you. It will be. I promise. You do not need to be doing this.
It blows my mind. I'm over here not wanting to get a dog because I don't want to figure out boarding another pet for a holiday.
I do want a dog, but we'll figure that out.
And then there's people out here getting one of these.
I'm there's animals that are so much more petable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't understand the drive to be I want a companion. I want a little furry animal friend that I'm going to share my home and my family with. And then just completely overlook the animals that have been specifically bred for thousands of years to live in our homes with us.
Yeah.
And think, no, you know what I want? This weird wild animal.
This Frankenstein of mammals.
Actually, Frankenstein was the monster.
Was it?
Wait, Frankenstein was a doctor.
Uh-huh.
Wait, is Frankenstein the monster or the doctor?
Frankenstein is the name of the doctor.
Uh-huh.
And the monster is often referred to as Frankenstein's monster.
Frankenstein's monster, that's what it is.
Although, once you read the book, you question, who was the real monster? The answer is more than one.
Monsters, plural. The real monster was the friends we made along the way. TLDR there, don't get a kinkajou as a pet. Oh, it's also probably illegal where you live. It's illegal in many places to have a kinkajou as a pet. I'm not going to say go look it up to see if it's legal where you live, because I want you to assume it's illegal.
I feel like
just don't do it.
If you're having to look that up, you're already messing up.
Yeah, you already don't have the skill set necessary. There should just be a thing that comes up when you Google that. That's just no. I'm going to stop you right there, Chief. Okay, so last thing I wanted to wrap up on is pop culture. Pop culture corner. Do you know what I'm about to talk about? The movie Vivo.
I don't know what that movie is.
You don't know about this? Vivo, an animated musical, came out in 2021.
What?
About a kinkajou, written and voiced by, do you know who I'm about to say? It's a musical in 2021. You know who it is. It's Lin-Manuel Miranda. It's a musical in 2021. You know exactly who it is. Devoid of any other information, you know who it's going to be.
What platform was this movie on?
A Netflix exclusive.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
So it is an animated musical about a kinkajou voiced by Lin-Manuel Miranda, who also wrote the movie.
Whoa, crazy.
Oh, he's never done that before. A self-insert? Whoa. And in the movie, this character, the Kinkajou named Vivo, goes to Miami from Cuba. Now, Kinkajous are not found in Cuba.
Right.
But in the movie, I watched a little bit of this movie, like to
Okay.
prepare for this, just so I like understood what the movie was like, all the vibe of the movie.
Yeah.
I didn't sit down and watch the whole thing. Okay, I skipped around.
Okay.
But the movie suggests a sort of backstory in which this Kinkajou, perhaps, they don't even say for sure, it's kind of like a maybe sort of thing,
Mm-hmm.
maybe fell off of a shipping crate in Havana and was adopted by a street musician.
Oh.
So in the movie, he is like a companion to a street musician in Havana.
Huh.
So it kind of like suggests that maybe he like fell off of a crate off the back of a shipping truck, but then you're like, why was a Kinkajou in a shipping crate in Havana?
Pet trade. Surely.
I don't think they're even that much of a pet. Like, I don't know. It was just, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to think about it too much. But here's the thing. I think this is a Leo situation because I really do think that they were originally going to make Vivo a monkey. And I think at some point during production, they decided for whatever reason, maybe it tested better, like with marketing, with like test audiences, to make him a Kinkajou instead of a monkey. But you can tell he was supposed to be a monkey. I'm going to show you what he looks like.
You said a Leo situation. What are you referring to?
That movie with I think it was Adam Sandler movie where he was definitely an iguana and they like said he was a tuatara for some reason, but made no other adjustments to the character at all. I'm going to show you what he looks like. Look at this.
Huh.
It's just a monkey, right?
Yeah. Huh.
Like they gave him like a sort of like bald face in like a sort of mask pattern that's definitely giving monkey.
Huh.
He's got, monkey hands and stuff. I don't know.
Maybe something else monkey related was coming around the same time.
Oh, yeah.
They were like, no, we got to be recognized.
Yeah, maybe they needed to like avoid any sort of like copyright problem. And
I was
they had
thinking
to,
more of a marketing, just trying to get attention to their thing.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why he's a Kinkajou for some reason. I'm also not crazy about the fact that in the movie he's like a pet and there's no sort of like pushback against that.
Right.
Like I would have liked to see some sort of like, I don't know, maybe he like returns to the wild and they show that like Kinkajous don't make good pets. I don't know, something like that. But no, he's just kind of a pet and that just goes sort of interrogated. So I'm not crazy about that, but the music's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Lin-Manuel Miranda. It's going to have some bangers in there. And since he was a voice in it, you could tell he was really like, he was popping off. He was cooking.
Sure.
Because he's like, I'm going to be in this one. I'm going to really mean it.
You don't have to guess as to what the writer was intending.
It's quite straightforward. The movie also does feature Nicole Byer as the voice of a roseate spoonbill, which I love.
Who's Nicole Byer?
She was the host of Nailed It, that cooking show.
Oh.
Yes. And
She's funny.
She's really funny. And she's really good in this. I don't know if she's actually the singing voice of the spoonbill, but she voices a spoonbill, which I think is great.
That's nice.
I love her and I love spoonbills, so I was just excited to see that.
They surely have spoonbills in Cuba, right?
Yeah, definitely. For sure.
Yeah.
Well, by the point where the spoonbills are introduced, they are already in South Florida.
Oh, that's right.
Which, South Florida has a lot of spoonbills. So yeah, that's roseate spoonbills. That's not.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Sorry, that was a test to see if you were paying attention. That's Kinkajous. I feel like I took so many like little tangents and rabbit holes. That this felt like a.
We're almost in moose again.
All roads lead to moose. Okay. So thank you so much for spending this time. Thanks for talking to me, babe.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to me. And thank you, dear listener, for spending this time with us and learning with us. I hope you learned something new and interesting that you can go run along and share with your family and friends, whether they want you to or not. If you had a good time with us and liked what you heard today, I would love it if you leave behind some nice words for us in a review on your podcast app of choice, like Pretty Speeches, who writes, I found the podcast through your Instagram page. I picked the episode with Lindsay Nicole to listen to first, favorite eras, and was not only hooked by the info, but the humor as well. Thank you for another avenue to aid in my curiosity of understanding the natural world. That was so sweet.
It is nice.
Thank you. If you want to come hang out with us online, we're on Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, Discord. Links to everything will be in the episode description. I have been posting a lot more on Instagram recently, so if you want to come check out those videos, fill your feed with animal facts and my beautiful face, come follow us on Instagram. And if you want to learn more about our network and how you can be a part of supporting our show and get access to our monthly bonus content, head over to MaximumFun.org. And finally, we would like to thank Louis Zong for our theme music, which is really wonderful and great.
Yes.
I was going to say something about Lin-Manuel Miranda, but Lin-Manuel Miranda did not have a hand on the ball with this one. Can you imagine if there was like a lengthy rap break in the middle of our theme music?
Maybe he's got some time on his plate. I don't know.
Maybe I'll send him an email. Hey, Lin, buddy. I'm sure he listens.
Yeah.
Lynn, hit us up. DMs are open. Thanks, y'all. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Maximum Fun,
a worker-owned network
of artist-owned shows.
Supported
directly
by you.